Are you serious? Are you serious? Guys, we have a very serious situation developing right now in Sudan. And I'm really amazed that the major media is ignoring the seriousness of it. We have a paramilitary coup taking place, and the U.S. Embassy is in shelter in place. And I'm telling you, it's almost like you're watching. I hope to God we don't have another Benghazi. But this is the kind of thing that is, the presidential palace has been taken. The airport has been taken. And these paramilitary guys are taking over the country. And the U.S. Embassy is in lockdown, shelter in place there in Sudan. I'll tell you all about it in just a second. But first, let's put a shout out right now for www.noblegoldinvestment.com. That's right, noblegoldinvestment.com. They are the leading gold and silver IRA company in the world. Yes, they are. Matter of fact, let me just tell you something. The second largest and third largest bank runs in history happened back in March, and the government has now guaranteed, it's taking steps to guarantee all deposits. But that means more money will be printed, and that means the value of your money will go down and inflation will go up. Thousands have approached Noble Gold Investments to secure their wealth with gold. Gold is the most stable asset outside of government control. Hurry. Go to noblegoldinvestments.com to secure your wealth and get a free 5 ounces of pure silver, America the Beautiful coin. They'll send it to you for free if you qualify for a gold or silver IRA. Just go there right now, noblegoldinvestment.com. That's www.noblegoldinvestment.com. Wow. Yes, this is the kind of stuff that we're dealing with, guys. This coup situation in in Sudan, not South Sudan, Sudan. Let's check it out, because here's what's going on. It is really dangerous when you start thinking about all the things that happen around the world. But we're going to talk about it right here, right now. Here's what we know. According to reports, the U.S. Embassy staff in Sudan has been ordered to shelter in place as a paramilitary forces have seized the presidential palace in Sudan. Americans are encouraged to shelter in place in that entire country as a paramilitary rapid support forces in Sudan claim to have taken control of the airport and the presidential palace. The U.S. officials and travelers inside the African nation of Sudan are being encouraged to shelter in place as gunfire and explosions are rocking the capital of Sudan. The paramilitary rapid support forces are clashing with Sudan's army, and the RSF claimed Saturday it had seized the presidential palace. It's taking control of the city's airport. Due to reports of heavy gunfire in several locations in the embassy, staff have been ordered. U.S. Embassy staff are ordered shelter in place. The U.S. Embassy in Sudan also wrote a warning: American citizens, you're encouraged to shelter in place wherever you are in the nation of Sudan. Now, unbelievable with the latest tensions. People are really freaking out on this April 15, 2023. The latest tensions between the Army and the paramilitary group stem from a disagreement over how the RSF should be integrated into the military, a key condition of an unsigned transition deal for Sudan. The Army's RSF rivalry, the Army and the RSF rivalry, however, dates back to the rule of the autocratic president Omar al-Bashir, who was taken out of power back in 2019. Okay, just 3-4 years ago. But under al-Bashir, the paramilitary force led by powerful General Mohammed Hamadan Dagalo grew out of a former militaries known as the Janjaweed that executed a brutal crackdown in Sudan's region during the decades of conflict there. Now, although both the Army and the RSF together carry out a coup in October of 2021, just less than 2 years ago, that upended Sudan's transition to democracy and stopped it, friction between them became increasingly visible in recent months with conflicting public statements, heavy military presence in the capital, and parallel foreign trips by military and RSF leaders trying to get the backing of other major nations of the world to support their cause. The RSF leaders claim Saturday they've taken control of both the airport and the presidential palace in the capital. I just arrived late last night in the capital, and I woke up to the deeply disturbing sounds of gunfire and fighting. I'm currently sheltering in place with my U.S. Embassy team as the Sudanese throughout the city and elsewhere are doing a coup, according to the U.S. Ambassador to Sudan, John Godfrey. He just landed there last night, and now the airport has been seized by the RSF. Now, he continued that escalation of tensions within the military component to direct fighting is extremely dangerous. I urgently call on senior military leaders to stop this fighting. Where are the USA right now? You don't want another Benghazi, okay? Now, the 2021 coup removed the Western-backed power-sharing administration and dashed Sudan's aspirations for a democratic rule after 3 decades of autocracy and repression under al-Bashir. And months-long popular uprising forced the military's overthrow of al-Bashir in April of 2019. Since then, the former president, who is wanted by the International Criminal Court at The Hague, is on charges of war crimes and genocide to some of the people there in Sudan, has been imprisoned in the capital. So he's the former president. He was taken out of power in a coup in October of 2020. In October of 2021, he's sitting and rotting in prison in the capital, but the country is falling apart at the seams because you have the military of Sudan and the paramilitary, RSF, fighting for control of the nation. And it's all about the money. It's who's controlling the government, who's controlling the cash flow that's flowing into the government from oil royalties and maybe other types of natural resources. When this is how it's done in countries like this that are run by an autocrat situation. The democracy failed there, and it was only, they were able to start it in 2019, but it was a coup. It was overthrown in October 2021, and now that group may get overthrown by this other group, the RSF. So this is what's going on. So if you're an American citizen or an American diplomat sitting in the U.S. Embassy in Sudan, you're in a dangerous world for sure. The wheels are coming off the country. You've been ordered by your nation. The United States has ordered our embassy staff to shelter in place, to lock the doors, to batten down the hatch and get underneath their desk and shelter in place and pray that this coup doesn't spread to the point that they overtake that embassy. You have another Benghazi situation. It's amazing. D. Burke says, I just happened to be scrolling through YouTube. I saw Pastor Paul was live. Yeah, I know. And you know what's sad about that, D. Burke, is they don't, 363,000 subscribers and they don't get notified. They got to find me by accident. If all 363,000 subscribers were notified that I just went live right now, 10% would show up. And that would be 36,000 people, not 380. And I've been doing this for 13 years. I've never seen anything like this, especially on a situation like what look at the headline. U.S. Embassy in danger, Sudan military coup in process. And there's nobody, very little Very little coverage of this in the mainstream media. Very little. So if a Benghazi situation happens, you heard it here first. I'm praying it don't. I'm saying it dangerously could. And I don't know if Joe Biden, who's just now getting back from a family diplomatic trip or whatever it was in Ireland, a family heritage trip, is now spending the weekend at the beach. I don't know if he is on top of this or not. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Oh, we're living in the last days. We're living in the end times. It's just unbelievable.
God, I'm so scared for this crooked generation. Will you even find faith in the earth when you bring down revelation? Forgive us now.
We got to get our people saved because it's running out of time.
The sins of our youth, worshiping the idols that knew everything but the truth. Teach us how to uncorrupt our minds. Show us now while we still have the time. We need you, Yeshua. Holy, holy, hallelujah. We need you, Yeshua. Holy, holy, hallelujah. We abandon everything to follow you, our King. We throw our gold and silver in the streets.
How much will we see before the fire falls? Lord, could this really be the last altar call? We need your blood over the doorposts of our hearts. Anoint us with your fiery love as the praise and worship starts. We need you, Yeshua. Holy, holy, hallelujah. We need you, Yeshua. Holy, holy, hallelujah.
We abandoned everything to follow you, our King. We throw our gold and silver in the streets. Oh, we abandoned everything to follow you, our King. We throw our gold and silver in the streets. We abandoned everything to follow you, our King. We throw our gold and silver in the streets. We abandoned everything to follow you, our King. We throw our gold and silver in the street.
Give your life to Jesus Christ, folks. We truly are living in the last days, and time is running out. I'll be back with more current world events and how they relate to biblical prophecy. Certainly this situation in Sudan, if you study the Bible prophecy about the war of Gog and Magog, it will tell you that there is Turkey, Russia, Iran, Ethiopia, and Libya that attack Israel. But Ethiopia in that day included both North and South Sudan. That's how big Ethiopia was during that time. So really, the Sudan also is involved in this, and others, it says, and other groups or other nations will join. So it's expanded. It's bigger now. It's the Middle East probably, and more. We're living in the end times. Give your life to Christ before it's too late. Pray for the people of Sudan and pray for the Americans who are in this embassy. I don't want another Benghazi.